The European Union is preparing to allow Ukrainians fleeing their country to work and stay in the EU for up to 3 years. At least 500,000 Ukrainians have entered so far, and it's expected millions will follow. Europe correspondent Lisette Raymer reports from the Poland-Ukraine border.
It is bitterly cold, but it is safe. -6 degrees with one overriding positive. These Ukrainians are on Polish ground, finally able to breathe freely, almost relax, but only almost. Because the scramble to their new beginning has reached its second stage. A rush for a seat as the bus doors open. Here, a hand reaches out, a lifeline for a friend who grasps it and is hoisted in, plucked out of a pool of painfully desperate people. But this fight is nothing compared to that which they have left behind.
There was shelling on the roads, on the buildings, and even there is a bomb.
Some have walked the long road out, some have driven. Whatever the mode, the mood is the same. An overwhelming sense of relief to be clutching newly stamped passports from one welcoming neighbour as the other continues its attack.
We was 4 days in go. There is too much cars, too much people.
Exhausted and with nerves that are fried from fear, Mariana survived the trip from hell, from a hometown that had turned to hell.
Fire everywhere, and it's terrible. It's
like a nightmare?
Yes, like a nightmare. Like in you see very scary film. Very scary movie.
But this is a family reunited, and that makes them the lucky ones. Mothers everywhere are operating on a newfound level of instinct. In this pile of snow-covered donated goods, Natalie goes shopping for her children's survival, searching for clothes to keep her toddlers warm.
How are they doing?
They're okay.
And how are you doing?
Well, didn't sleep 3 days, nights.
It took them 3 days to get here from Ukraine. They ran out of food within hours. She's doing it all alone because her husband has joined the war.
Does that worry you?
Yeah, kind of, but I understand that the men are needed there more than here.
Poland is welcoming everyone, no questions asked, but Ukraine won't let everyone go. Men of military age, 18 to 60, must stay and defend their country. It leaves wives without husbands and children without their dads.
My father stay in Ukraine. They can't come here.
Was that hard?
Because now it's war in Ukraine. And
an 11-year-old who had proudly offered to showcase us her English. But what child should need to know 2 ways to say the word war? For others, the language barrier does remain and the conversation is brief.
You're a beautiful baby.
1 month.
But there are no words in any language to describe this feeling anyway. They have found safety, but they need to find food now and warmth and beds.
The buses come and go all day, but they fill up in an instant, leaving behind the already frozen and desperate who have been waiting hours for this ride.
We are going to hostel mostly to sleep.
And then where?
And then we'll just see what's going, because we don't know anything right now.
Volunteers frantically list the items they need more of: water, food, nappies, blankets. Desperately, they need blankets.
We find a newborn baby who almost freezes.
Polish strangers wait to pick up anyone who needs the kindness.
We can believe it. Putin is crazy.
And the arrivals just keep on coming. This mother is praying her 19-year-old daughter will appear among them soon, after a long 2-day wait.
How worried are you for your daughter?
Oh, it's...
The heartache is everywhere. The people, the country and its independence are all hurting. But the Ukrainian spirit is unwavering. They will not be beaten. They have come too far.
Whew, well, a tough story to watch there, Lisette, but thank you for telling it. It's really important that these stories are told. But tell me, how risky is it now for the millions left behind who can't get out of Ukraine?
Yeah, well, you just have to look around this packed train station filled with the people who have managed to get out, and that should answer the question. The risk is growing greater every day. The lightning strike on Ukraine's capital has clearly not been as successful as Putin would have liked. It's now suspected Russia is changing their strategy, favouring the heavy bombardments of entire cities and taking out large areas, regardless of whether or not there are residential buildings in that space. Ukrainians are rushing here for that freedom because this is the only alternative for them.
Lisette, they're live from the border in Poland. Thank you for that update.